There we go. Should help. Should be streaming.
Cool. I am good to go if you're good to go.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Audio check, still good to go? Check,
Yep.
check.
Just checking the Twitch stream here.
Hey, hey.
And my fan's turned on loud. Come on,
Turn on
fans.
louder. Audio check, still
Turn
good to
them on
go?
louder. I
Bob
could.
coming from the
Just
chopper.
checking the Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
And my fan's turned on loud. I told you to go silent.
Haha.
Maybe I'll just turn it full blast for a little while.
Oh yeah, the other thing that happened was VRChat. I don't know if you guys heard.
Yeah, they went
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Wow, my
shut the
CPU
doors.
is running at 68 Celsius. Why is it so hot?
Because you're on fire.
It's cold
Bob.
outside, right?
It's not even that warm in here. Maybe because I'm running VR. I don't know.
Not horrible. I don't think it's as bad as it normally is. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I changed my mic
Sounds
from I changed it from it was, you know, on the Yeti you get the switch on the bottom that you can change the mic type, like
Yeah.
how it picks up. So I changed I forgot when I came back from Connect to change the setting to only
Yeah.
pick up in front of you. So
Yeah.
it should be better now.
Sounding pretty good. Yeah, I'm on the Rift and the condenser right now, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna accidentally hit it a few times. Unfortunately. That's okay. Hey, Cuffs, how's it going? I'm not playing Grand Theft Auto 5 with you. I don't even have it installed, so you can just cut it out. Deep Rifter,
Hey.
what up?
What's
Hey,
going
nice
on?
avatar.
Look at that.
Thanks.
You looking
Mm.
cool.
Woo!
Hot, fresh.
I just dialed this up, man, in the Morph Lab about 2 hours ago.
Oh, nice.
Sweet, dude.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yeah.
Dang.
Let me get a closer look. Ooh,
Yeah, come closer.
I like it.
Yeah, it's just a little test. It's our first test of our Nikkei style character. Yeah.
Right on.
But what's cool, man, is when you go into the ready room, I can just use my hands and just stretch and pull parts of the body and just make everything on the fly and
Wow.
jump in.
Dang, that's what I want. That's really rad.
Sweet.
Thanks.
I want to play with that tool.
Yeah.
So what's something absurd that you could make?
Oh God, I watched Ben Lang at VRDC. He was like, he made this guy just huge, just fat, big, huge dude. Like he was just towering over people. Just, I mean, you can go pretty grotesque if you stretch it out too much, you know?
Mhm.
Just kind of opposite
Cool.
for him because he's like a short, skinny dude.
I know, right?
Hey, Psycho Yama. What's up, dude?
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Trickle in. Oh, Violet's here. Hello.
Hi.
And Scripto, long time. Good to see you. All right. Well, let's read some news and entertain these folks.
Entertain us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dance for you later. I'll dance on you later. Just let us know, Bob, when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh. Okay. Kenny?
Yep, let's do it.
Here we go. What? What is this? Maybe I gotta use Xbox controller on the Rift. It's not working. Interesting. Oh, I'm not in focus. Is that what's up? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
VRChat, the next frontier. These are the experiences from Gunters Universe. His continuing mission? To seek out and connect with VR devs and passionate enthusiasts. To discuss theories, beliefs, and rhetoric of all kind. And to boldly go where no show has ever gone before.
Hello and welcome back to Gunters Universe, everyone. I see some beautiful avatars around me. How are you all doing tonight?
Woo! Good enough.
Good enough. Tonight, we are reading some of the latest in VR news. With me to do this is Bob, aka Coznefx. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic today. How are you, Gunter?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Also with us is K-Dog. He's on cams. What's up, Kenny?
Hey, guys. Not too much. Just psyched to hear all the coolest news.
Yeah, we picked out some good stories, and I'll just hand it over to Bob to start things off.
All right, so our first story today, Owlchemy Labs, makers of Job Simulator and the upcoming Rick and Morty VR game, have an update to their mixed reality solution of capturing live video with green screen and in-game action using a stereo camera with a custom shader and plugin for Unity. This method does not require any additional software, a second PC for recording, or any post-processing. The first feature they've added in this update includes dynamic lighting that is real-time and per pixel. It uses the same lights you're using in your game to light mixed reality footage that allows for a seamless blend of both realities, from muzzle flashes to exploring dark caves to casting magical spells. The second feature they've added is green screen bounding. This allows for use of a smaller green screen as video outside the green screen isn't captured. The third feature is transparency. This is the first time transparencies have been able to be drawn and sorted at proper depth in mixed reality. Limitations of prior implementations have prevented transparencies from functioning, but now that we're in engine, we can tackle this issue. Anyone who has tried this before will tell you it is extremely complex to pull off, let alone real-time. With proper alpha blending, we can also achieve amazing effects with particles, such as having someone stand behind a wall of smoke in the rain, snow, or any complicated transparent scene. Private beta is now open for application on the Owlchemy website.
Got to get on that application. This is super exciting. These guys are pioneers, and wow, I didn't expect this. Give me some of your thoughts, Bob.
I think the most amazing thing about this is you don't need a big green screen anymore. So
Yeah.
you can have a smaller green screen, and when you move the camera off the green screen, it won't pick up any of the you won't see any of the real world. You'll see just like in game. So once you kind of like set the border, I guess what you do is set the borders of the green screen, and then it'll know once you're outside the green screen to
That's the
use
green
in-game.
screen section, right? That's super. I mean, so I have a green screen. I'm gonna play around with this when I can. But I was thinking, do I need to do this whole room here? And that wasn't really gonna be something worth the endeavor. But now it's for YouTubers and Twitch folks, they're gonna be able to get in on this, for on the cheap.
Yeah, so that's That's really cool. They just started. The first announced it last month, so this is pretty new.
And what else? I mean, the dynamic lighting. Holy cow!
Yeah, that looks
Hmm.
that looks really neat. So, like for example, if you have say for example, a virtual light stick in your hand, it'll it'll actually glow off your body, even though it's
Yeah.
not really there.
God, I want to see more of that. All I've seen was that little GIF. It's
Yeah.
so interesting. Yeah, waving the torch around, particles, like the smoke that renders in front of you there. I mean, yeah. I mean, it just gives you. It's almost like it's that mixed reality feel. It's all so much more doable because it's in VR. Doing it the other way, AR, is extremely hard. So it's really cool to get this like glimpse of what our AR world is going to kind of look like too. Um, Seeing smoke in front of people and effects like that. But I don't know, man. That's just such a cool thing. And then the transparency, um, being able to have stuff in front of the player, in front of them. That's just super cool. The, just these mixed reality videos are getting so much better. I remember just when they first came out, I was like, oh wow, um, wasn't the Fantastic Contraption guys? Or was
Yeah,
it
the
them? Yeah.
Fantastic Contraption guys, they're doing they're using OBS, and so their setup was a little bit more complicated because they had the background and then the real live video feed and then the foreground in front of that. So it was kind of like a sandwich of like three different layers. Where this is um, just all in game, so you don't need to render out.
Yeah.
You don't need to a separate PC to record and do anything else. No post processing or anything. It's all in Unity.
So that's now they're playing with it. Now that they got the stuff in game, now what can they do? And they're demonstrating this here. And I do think the post alluded to they're excited to explore other tweaks and things that they can do with these sorts of tools now that they're in their hands. So way to go, pioneering, paving the way. Obviously, this stuff will become standard. We'll be seeing lots of this.
Yeah, that'll be awesome if it becomes standard.
All right, let me get this slideshow over to the next graphic, and then I'll read the next story here. All right. Last week, I met a person that was new to VRChat. I met him at the meetup, and he talked to us about a nonprofit that he was helping called Unify Against Bullying. Their mission was to bring an end to bullying through the celebration of true diversity. I met him in social VR, so I thought it was really neat to this kind of nonprofit connection to social VR. So I learned more about the whole thing. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and the nonprofit put out a challenge to get people to participate in the Unify Selfie Challenge. Their goal was to get participation from 50 states, 50 countries in 50 days, and to participate, people just needed to write the word Unify on the back of their hand, place it over their mouth, and take a selfie. And then tweet out and spread the word, which I did last week, and that was fun. Happy to report they've reached their goals, and we got to find that out at the meetup on Sunday as well. But what was really cool is it didn't stop there. Participation was extended into the metaverse, into VRChat here. VRChat community developer Violet, who's behind me here, she offered to create essentially like a photo booth for avatars and people to take selfies with their avatars, with their hand up to their mouth and with the Unity written in front of their hand, and then snap pictures. Lots of fun. Dozens of people at the meetup were able to join and take selfies. Great time. So we can talk about that for a second. Bob, did you know about this? I'm not sure if you were around at the meetup or this last week so much to meet.
No, it's the first I've heard of
Overton.
it. That's really cool that that the VRChat community is getting involved in this.
Yeah, well, it was really great. Violet was really great to just kind of step up to Overton, who was new to our community, was really enjoying, sort of the family feel here and the helpfulness, and we all, a bunch of people develop in Unity and do stuff. So Violet said, yeah, I can help you out with, some of these kind of ideas that were being thrown out there. Probably Overton never expected anything like that, and then really was able to make a cool Sunday meetup and, help participate in a nonprofit. And so that's kind of was a topic I was thinking about for tonight. And one other sort of nonprofit story that goes with this, something that isn't quite news, but it's old news, but I think it's worth that it fell through the cracks, and want to shine some light on it, especially because it's nonprofit stuff. Oculus VR for Good. I don't know if anybody's heard of this. Oculus VR for Good kicked off this last summer, and it's a 360 boot camp for nonprofits that will connect them with filmmakers and mentors with industry veterans. Teams will create 360 videos designed for VR that will address a variety of social missions. There's support from Facebook, and they're getting equipment from Nokia, Oculus, and others. And the nonprofits are basically entering in a new age of storytelling to help them with their nonprofit work. We all know VR is primed to open up a path to empathy like never before. Nonprofits can now use their VR experiences to attract potential volunteers or even philanthropists. Another great use case for VR in nonprofits is for training. You can imagine a health worker learning how to properly screen procedures before visiting rural villages, to look for patients, or showing wildlife official signs of poachers at the site of an injured animal, or how nursing students could properly arrange tools used in surgery. So many possibilities, across, the business world and whatnot, but also across nonprofits. And it's just really great when I see these connections. These folks, the first videos will be unveiled at Sundance 2017, so we'll be able to see these 10 videos. And some of the people participating are CARE, Her Choices Trust, New York Asian Women's Center, and I actually don't know this one, Pelagic Life. Could be saying that wrong. These nonprofits were connected with mentors from Matter Unlimited, United Nations, Facebook, and Oculus, part of the Oculus 360 for VR for Good boot camp. And I was starting to say earlier, Clouds Over Sidra is a short 360 VR video about the Syrian refugee in Jordan, which is sort of like the first of its kind that was using empathy in these sort of 360 videos, and sort of paved the way and created a model for these nonprofits and what's going on here. Really enjoy this kind of work. So we're seeing a little connection here in social VR. We're seeing it being used in 360 video, and I know we're going to continue to see things like events and other missions happening in social VR. What do you think, Bob?
So yeah, we did cover this a little bit, but when we talked about it initially, this was before the event happened, so we didn't really know who was going to be involved in that. I don't remember that it was going to be at Sundance, so I think that might be new.
Yeah, so that'll be great to see that. They started working in summer of 2017, and I guess Sundance is in January, so actually it's right around the corner. So we should have some really heartfelt, I think, 360 videos to check out. And I know a lot of people in my personal life that work in nonprofit sectors, so I can't wait to share this kind of thing with them. And sorry, I got a slideshow here to slide on through. It's hard to talk and slide. And there's just a graphic for the VR for Good. I'll kind of round that story out. What's up next?
Next up, Upload VR reported about an add-on for the HTC Vive from Chinese company TPCast. The $220 device available early next year, which transforms the Vive into a wireless headset with additional latency of only 2 milliseconds. TPCast was part of the first group of the companies to receive funding from the ViveX Accelerator. The device sold out in 18 minutes, and a second batch may be available for pre-order next month. So, when this was first, before the pre-orders started, the data on the TPCast website was old as far as the additional latency. I think there was listed as something like 15 milliseconds. So I think a lot of people skipped out on this because of the latency. But I think a lot more people would have sold out sooner. I think if prior to the this on Friday, I think the previous Friday. When it went for pre-order, I think a lot more people would have jumped on it had they known that it was only 2 milliseconds instead of like 15.
Yeah, I didn't know that, which was part of the problem, was what we didn't know, and I think it was announced, ta-da, here's the most amazing thing that you thought wasn't possible, but apparently is, and it's attachment, and it's affordable, and it's pre-order tomorrow morning.
Right, yeah.
What? Wait, what? Is this real? You know, and of course it sold out, but yeah, I was hesitant. I know, who knows?
Yeah, I for this, that's kind of, for $220 investment to add on to the Vive. That's something that I want to see reviews on first. I mean, we did see a video of it being used, but I'd like to have a third party review it and see what they say about it before I look into getting it. But it's definitely something that I
Let's say it works. It's like, ta-da. That's
Well, I mean, it comes down to, like, are they doing, like, compression? Is
yeah. How's the
how's the is the latency really only 2 milliseconds? How heavy is it? That sort of stuff. They did actually say that in the future that they're going to have a secondary option for a bigger battery where you could just put it in your pocket. Because I think this one that's pictured
I'm looking at that one right there. It's like that's going to add weight to your head, right?
Yeah,
it's also adding weight. I don't want
it only lasts for like an hour and a half, so I think.
Yeah, I remember reading that, right? Yeah.
Could probably
with a battery
swap them
that's, and then so for longer sessions, if you get the other option for the add-on battery, you can just put a bigger battery in your pocket.
Yeah. I mean, though, an hour and a half
on your belt,
pretty great, I think. And if it's working, hour and a half, it's gonna sell like hotcakes, no?
Yeah, I think it'll sell well. Well, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if I'd get this or not because I'm getting the with the Omni that I ordered. I'm also getting the boom stand.
Yeah.
So that might mitigate having to get one of these.
Yeah, I wonder actually that the cable just maybe isn't that bad, but I don't know. It is nice when you can get rid of that, but the extra weight does start to concern me. I guess there are others give and takes. Extra weight on my head is not happy about that.
I mean, it doesn't look too heavy. I don't know how much.
It just depends, yeah.
Weight the battery will add. I mean, maybe the battery will help balance the headset as well, because right now there's not really much weight in the back.
That's a good point. All right, let's see. Whoops. Looks like we got some updates from some of the old school developers, starting with Proton Pulse. It's now on PlayStation VR. Yay! That's great. Our friend Justin Moravitz of Zero Transform has announced that Proton Pulse has officially been released on PSVR. Proton Pulse was developed in the early days of the consumer VR. Side note, Justin was a past guest on Gunters Universe. Check out the interview with him on episode 15, or old school interview.
Oh, yeah, that's really
Check it out, guntersuniverse.com. Also, unfortunately hasn't been on the show, and I tried it. It's unfortunately a time zone issue. Dreadhalls is receiving Oculus Touch treatment. No release date. Yeah, Dreadhalls. It hasn't been announced when it's coming out, but it will be free update to owners of the game. Cool. And one that I haven't heard much about, but we all know Jesse Shells. I Expect You to Die is his game, and it's going to be launching for both PlayStation VR and Oculus in December. I Expect You to Die is a virtual reality puzzle game that places you in the well-polished shoes of an elite secret agent. You must attempt to survive deadly situations in immersive, dangerous locales. And there are a few slides. Of course, there's Dread Hall's great graphics, just so it's almost iconic of VR for me. There's I Expect You to Die. We've played the demo of that in the past. Really cool. And the next one I'm going to read is
award-winning game The
Go for
Gallery
it.
6 Elements, Call of the Starseed from Cloudhead Games will be available for Oculus Touch on December 6th. With the Touch launch, Cloudhead Games have launched a new hand system that adds animation and customization in the form of skins. A special version of Call of the Starseed was also used at Steam Dev Days to showcase the new prototype controller from Valve that is more ergonomic. Cloudhead is currently developing the next chapter of Call of the Starseed series entitled Heart of the Emberstone.
awesome. I love this game, and I just got a little confused. And over the part of Cloudhead is currently developing the next chapter in the. Oh, I guess it's maybe it's just a one on our part of writing, but is it Call of the Starseed series or is it the Gallery?
It's the episode. Sorry,
It's
yeah,
hard-
it's
so,
the Gallery.
so now is there
It's the
many
Gallery? Sorry,
Call of Starseeds? That's
no, it's the
no, no.
Gallery. I just
Yeah,
typed it
yeah.
wrong.
The Gallery. Yeah, yeah. Another episode in there, so it'll be alongside of then Call of the Starseed.
Yep.
And it'll be called
It'll be the
Heart of
next in
the
series.
Emberstone. Oh, I get it, and it's so cool. It's so cool. What do you think? Any thoughts on these games? I guess I've been waiting for I Expect You to Die. Proton Pulse and Dread Halls are classics. And Gallery, did you get to play that? Were you back?
Yeah,
or was
I
you back
played it at Deep Rifter's house with you.
Oh.
Well, even Deep Rifter went.
Why?
Oh.
Why can't I remember that?
Did you get to play it any more than?
No, I
I
don't.
think it must have been just a little bit. No.
Yeah, you guys were off somewhere else, so I was in there for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
Oh, yeah, that's
Campfire
right.
area. Yeah.
I think I was playing it for like 20 minutes, half an hour. So yeah, I spent a lot of time in there. It
Yeah,
was-
it's
it
not
was
that
pretty
long
cool.
either.
I think like
Looks
for
so
me,
great.
I'm gonna pick up the whole series, but I think I want to wait until like everything's all done so I can just do everything all at once on like a week vacation or something.
Well, right, and they're so short that it probably wouldn't take that long, and it would probably be that experience, that ultimate experience for sure. I wonder how many they're going to be. How many, you wouldn't want to wait 5 years.
Yeah, I
Or
don't
would
know how long it's gonna take them to do. I don't know how many. I wasn't a Kickstarter backer, so I don't know how many they plan to make.
I'll kick off this next one a little bit and maybe see if the audience has any stories on it, and then we'll end with a merry, jolly note. This is Google Earth VR. That's what we're seeing on the screen, and if you're not seeing the screen, then it's what it sounds like. Google Earth in VR, and it's a big deal, I think. That came out within this last week or so. There's been a lot of buzz on Twitter in the VR sphere. It's Google working hard on VR, really, showing us some good products. Of course, Tilt Brush was bought by Google, and that's a product that we all love and have used a lot. And now we have Google Earth, which I think is going to get a lot of use as well. It gives you a sense of being like being godlike, or being just a total different perspective, seeing the Earth in front of you as a globe. And it's fun. It reminds me of being a kid and having those globes in the library or in geography class, and just my mind would wander and go across the world and just see how the world's made. Now, man, if I was a kid or a student, fifth grader getting in Google VR in a cardboard or Daydream, wow, this would be pretty exciting. And so things that I was doing with it, it was mostly visiting hometowns, places I grew up. Um, was enjoying how fast I could find those locations. Um, but it's amazing how much that Google's taking advantage of that data. They have all that satellite data, but they're merging it with other data that they have and using photogrammetry and other technologies to bring us some interesting things. Bob, what's your thoughts? Then I want to hear a little story that I know Kenny has that's related to this. Did you get to try this, Bob?
So I haven't tried this yet because I have my Rift is set up, my Vive's still in the box from
Yeah.
vacation that I went on last month. I still have to set it up in the living room. But there was another application that came before this that was called Street View VR. So this isn't the first time that you've been able to use Google Maps inside VR, but this is an official Google project. So I'm assuming that it's more integrated into all their other systems. But a lot of people I've seen have been using this lately in Steam, so it's definitely popular.
Yeah, I remember Street View VR, and I think a lot of us pioneers, VR pioneers, the DK1, DK2, really remember this and thought it was really great. Thomas Newman, a one-man developer, put it together. I'm pretty sure with Unity, and it was pretty much what you needed, your bare minimum prototype Google Street View, map Street View, which is kind of what I want more of, to be quite honest. And that data is really rich. Satellite data, there's a lot, there's a ton of it. It's all over the whole world, but it's, if you're not one of the big cities, it's definitely not high quality compared to something like Street View, where even in the most rural of areas, there are still Google cars driving down there and getting lots of data. I can feel like I'm there. I can see houses and streets and lots of information, as we all know with Street View. So Street View was great. It was social too. We had people hanging out in like groups of 4, talking about places they want to go, showing people like places they've been. And again, street level view, it's really great because they can point out very small details. But this was different. And it had, again, that like sense. It had a sense of awe, and you're flying, which you wouldn't think works very well in VR because of simulator sickness, locomotion issues. But they've really designed it very well. Probably a little hard for me to describe, but you're sort of grabbing the world and pulling it towards you, instead of you feeling like you're moving through the world. And it's really novel. And Kent Bai had a great podcast with one of the people on the team, and I recommend checking that out. I'll give you a lot more technical details. I know our good friend Mike Alger, VRChat community member for years now, has built a few things here, who was studying social VR while at college. He's been working for Google for the last 6 months, and he's been on the Daydream team. Can't tell us things, but when these things get launched like this, we get to talk to him, and he's, it's just really exciting to see him involved in this.
It's super cool.
Kenny, what was your story? You told it at the meetup, but I'd like to hear it for everybody on the show.
Right, and this is, I think, a good use case, or at least a very interesting one. So I had a friend, Bob knows him as well, and he was vacationing in Hawaii, Maui to be specific, and he took some pictures, and I commented on it. He's like, "Oh, dude, I wish you could be here. It would have been so awesome. Maybe we'll paste you in somehow." And I was like, "Oh," and this literally that day, Google VR was released. So I'm like, I have a great idea. So I knew exactly where he was, and literally flew to where he was and took a picture, and posted it. So I thought it was kind of funny though. Like, if you can't go on vacation, maybe the virtual reality thing will be the next best option. Furthermore, I mean, people could use this to do like vacation tours, or like let's say they took a picture and they have the geo data from their camera. If they wanted to snap a picture, maybe a 360 photo or video or something, and you go visit it on Google Earth and see the pictures they took, and maybe video or what have you.
Yeah. There's some tours available in the app that'll take you through spots, but yeah, people can create their own, their memories and photos, and um,
Can
I
I?
know they want to be able to add content, like add additional content to the world, be able to have spawn. I wonder if things like that basically do your own personal.
Can I
Uh,
interject?
yes, Dave, how's it going, dude?
Good. Now let me ask you a question. I was spacing for a second. Has anybody tried it? Is the Street View portion of this in 3D or is it still 2D?
Yes.
Oh, is there Street View? Oh, that's right, Olivia. So I haven't
Yep.
done Street View in it, and apparently it's part of the options in that. Right, I just learned about that. Haven't had time to try
I'm
it.
sorry, you said it is in 3D or not in 3D?
It
I'm-
is in 3D. You just set the scale 1:1, and when you land on the street, everything will pop into scale. Now, the textures themselves are not like 3D, but absolutely the cars. I mean, I walked around my freaking car in the driveway. It's nuts, dude.
So,
So
it looks
is it
pretty
like
good.
Street View?
So-
Is it the Street View from Google, like Street
Um,
View, or is it something different?
It's different.
I think, like, say if you were to plop yourself right next to the Eiffel Tower and, go 1-to-1, you'd be able to see the full scale Eiffel Tower.
Yep.
That's what it's for.
Right,
Yeah.
it's seeing scale and structures. You said your car, but like with Street View on desktop, you can really see what kind of car that is. You could see if there is a decal on it, or you could see, maybe what kind of tree that is. You can't do that with this, right? The
So it's
details
a
aren't
trade. So it's a trade-off, right? Yeah, the detail is not as good as Street View, but in Street View, you couldn't walk around the car. In this
Yeah.
one, I can walk around my car.
And that's what I saw with it, is that it's the beginnings of this. So we can sit here and compare it to Street View and want something better. Like a lot of VR things, we want them to already be more mature than how they start, maybe, because we're used to Street View kind of data, and who wouldn't want that like that? And yeah, just to maybe they could do it. Of course, they could do Street View, and maybe that's really not their goal. They want to keep doing it more this better for VR way, so it's done photogrammetry style. So. For that, very curious. Wonder if they will add Street View though, because I think that'll be a lot of fun. But man, they're like mapping the world and gonna let us walk around. I mean, what is this gonna turn into?
The Matrix. This is the start of the
Yep.
Matrix right here.
Yep.
So you guys kind of feel like I was like with the background music they have is kind of like very awing, or very like almost felt like you're about to enter your life as a human being, and here's the loading room, the kind of the beginning of your
Very awe-inspiring.
kind of. I don't know. You have to check it out, but it's like it felt like this new frontier landscape, even though it's very low quality textures. You just zoom out a little though, and I was like looking around where I grew up, which was not in the real 3D areas where like in the big cities. This was out in suburbia. And but it was great. I got to see like a bird's eye view of the forest and the woods that I would go build forts in. Could see patterns, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly where that is, and just remember building the tree forts and where they were, and just fun stuff like that. And then something else to just remind people of is Valve's destinations. That's some great photogrammetry work going on there, and it's social. I mean, Deep Rifter went there, hung out, checked out some spaces, threw some beach balls around. Really cool. So check that out as well. And Bob, there's one more thing.
One more
One
thing.
more topic. It's a long topic. There's a lot of things in this topic, but it's related to, well, look at this kid here. Look what he got. He just got this for Christmas. It's Christmas time is coming. There's some new toys
Merry
available.
VR Christmas. Yeah,
Yes.
so there's a bunch of, since we're coming up on Thanksgiving holiday in the U.S. Right after Thanksgiving, of course, we have Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which have mostly the best sales of the year. So for virtual reality, some of the sales that we have for the HTC Vive, you get $100 off the Vive on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Available on Amazon, GameStop, Newegg, Micro Center, Fry's, Microsoft stores, and Vive.com. Viveport, which is HTC's VR experience catalogs, will also have some discounted titles. The list includes relatively small projects like Cloudlands VR Mini Golf, a horror game, a chair in a room, Green Water, and a World of Diving, along with a much bigger list that you could go check out on the Viveport store. Oculus announced the following deals for the holidays. They're offering a $100 Oculus store credit when you purchase a Rift from Best Buy, Amazon, and Microsoft in the US and Canada. Similar deals will be available from Game in the UK, Saturn in Germany, and FNAC in France. Most offers start November 24th, but check with your local retailers since dates may vary. Also starting on November 24th, Amazon will release a new discounted Oculus Ready PC and Rift bundle for the holidays. Keep an eye out for additional deals throughout the season, including a few Black Friday surprises on the Oculus store. 90% off Unreal Marketplace. Some of the 500 items will be on sale up to 90% off on the 28th of November.
But more importantly to us,
Yeah.
the Unity Asset Store.
Yeah, the Unity Asset Store is turning 6. Find some great deals on assets during their birthday bonanza sale.
That sounds fun. Birthday Bonanza sale. There's so much great assets. So many assets. That's like the big thing. I bet a lot of people around here are going to be taking advantage of that. And let's not forget, how can we forget? We're waiting for it. Touch is imminent. It's December next month.
Just a few weeks away.
2 more weeks.
A few weeks away from us crying and bitching. What do you think?
Where's my order?
Do
And
you
and
think they're
coal
gonna
in
deliver
my
on-
stockings?
you think they're going to deliver on time? That's the question.
Everybody's wants to know that. I think yes, but
I think yes.
I was just
They
putting.
have to.
Nobody's been joking about it, to be quite honest. So why not? Be the one that when you get coal in your stockings,
They probably would have been able to release it earlier, but they're probably building up. They've probably built up stock so that they probably set the date far enough in advance where they won't run into the issues they had before.
I think Christmas time, so it just feels right. And love hearing like you can get your Vive or your Oculus Rift at GameStop, Best Buy, Microsoft, all these like big stores you can buy VR in now. It's so cool, and that Christmas it's just gonna be happening, and I think Touch is gonna help sell. Rift. It's the way that we wanted to have Rift. Is it all come together? And, it's gonna happen for some people, and then we have PlayStation VR. That's gonna happen for a lot more people. So Merry Christmas.
Yo, hello?
Hey, how's it going? Neon. Just
And
give us a sec. We're wrapping up a talk show, and I'd love to
Hey,
chat
my
with
friends,
you.
we want to play The Sims online tonight.
That's awesome.
For a little.
Hey, did you see that guy zoom across the stage? Like he teleported somehow.
That's a bug. That's just a bug. Well,
Okay.
let's wrap this up before Troll gets back and screws everything up. All right, guys. It's been a new show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Gunters Universe. We're here every Tuesday. Come out to our Sunday meetups. That starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Just look us up. It's VRChat. Come hang out. Bob, anything going on in Left-Handed VR podcast world that we should be aware of?
Yeah, we recorded an episode last week, so I'll be
All right.
editing that up and releasing it sometime this week.
Excellent. And that's it. Good night, everybody. I'll see you next week. Cheers.
Woohoo!
Button. Oh no, and that wants me to type my pin in.
Oh,
Jeez. Technical thing.
you hear it now.
Good, that's the intention. Thanks everybody for coming out. Tuning in
You know,
to a
that
little
troll-
bit of Gunters Universe.
That troll added a little bit of spice,
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I was wondering, is this actually be an okay moment for that?
Hey, look, it's Overrun.
What's the Touch's release date, actually? When is it?
December 6th.
And that's going to be in Best Buys and all different places, or just online pre-orders?
Just in my hands.
I'm not sure